They have the nets up to protect the animals, the goats and cows, from coming in, ruining the garden. Choosing a neighborhood was a really difficult decision for us to make, but I'm so grateful that we decided to move into a Gambian neighborhood because it honestly helped us adapt a lot quicker to the country, and you just feel more alive. Every day is different, and woo, it's popping.
Hey, Mama, you better back up. Even we are the ones.
I cannot believe you guys put this thing together.
We needed pancakes. Wait, the paper is...
So this day, our cooking gas actually had ran out, and I was on my way up to the store to replace the cooking gas. But before I could even leave the house, the girls were outside. They had started a fire. Our children love doing stuff like this, and they learned this just from their Gambian friends, our neighbors. You get the raw, authentic experience of, you know, how life and the lifestyles are for the locals. And you just... You learn so much about the cultures. You learn so much about the lifestyle, and the children got to learn what's normal for the Gambian children, what's normal in their culture. And that's very important, especially if you're coming to Gambia and you're planning on staying here. It's really important, you know, for you to know what's normal, what's not normal, what's acceptable culturally, what's unacceptable, what's rude, what's disrespectful. You know, all of that, it plays a major role in how you adapt to the country. You know, getting those experiences play a major role in how you adapt to the country. If you don't intermingle and experience certain things, you'll continue having the internal struggles and battles with, why is this like this? Isn't this common sense? What's common sense to you as an American is not common sense to someone of a completely different cultural background. And I do feel like there are a lot of disadvantages with living in gated communities. For one, you don't get the real experience of how the country is. I know anytime I've went and visited a gated community, you don't see people outside. Some people may move there because they desire that. They just want to live off by themselves. They don't want to be bothered. And they don't want to see people, and they just want silence. So if that's you, then that may be a good option for you. It's the experiences. The experiences is like, even it's priceless, and it's so valuable, especially if you have children, for them to be able to see. It's hard to explain. But yeah, the experiences, they're just worth it. And I would say, because I know like a lot of people are even interested in purchasing a home like in TAF City, and I went out to TAF City, and I'm gonna tell you guys about my experience with visiting out there. But even if you're interested in purchasing a home and living out there, I would say it's in everyone's best interest to at least a year live amongst the locals, or in a balanced community or mixed community, and get some Gambian friends, intermingle with your neighbors, get to know what's normal for here. It's also, it will benefit you by having you better prepared. You have to learn the country. I feel like it gives you an unrealistic idea or expectation if you move here and you move straight into just a secluded community. You can't really get to know how to survive in the country. It's like you miss out on a lot. You miss out on a ton of learning opportunities, I would say that. And also your children will be more limited as far as the freedom. So I'm not saying don't move there. I'm not saying that. It's a good place to invest, you know, for your future and everything. But while you have small children, I mean, personally, I don't regret moving into the city and living amongst the locals. And we've had bad experiences as well as good experiences, but we've had far more good experiences than we've had bad experiences. Most of the questions that I get about gated communities are about TAF City. So I wanted to talk about my visit to TAF City and my thoughts about moving directly into TAF City whenever you first arrive to Gambia. The first thing that I wanted to mention is to clarify that TAF City is in the countryside in Gambia. Although it's a modern development, It is not in the city, it's in the countryside. So TAF City is very impressive. It's very clean. You will not find one piece of trash on the ground. You don't see people. You won't see like children roaming. You barely even see people roaming, aside from the workers that are outside keeping everything perfectly clean. But so some of the challenges that you could run into if you move directly into TAF City when you first get to Gambia is like if you're planning on running a physical business. Like I said, TAF City is not in the city, it's in the countryside. So if you're planning on running a physical business, you want to take into consideration like the the different season. Like for example, in the rainy season, commuting into town, into the city part of Gambia would be an extreme challenge. During the rainy season, the countryside has a lot of flooding. There are a lot of detours, and it can just delay, the time that it takes for you to actually reach your workplace if you're planning on running a business. It's also a long ways away from the schools if you're planning on utilizing the schools or enrolling your children into the school systems here in Gambia. With good traffic and no road detours, it would take about at least 40 minutes to get from this location to an area like City, Gambia. So right now they start from 2 bedrooms. They have from 2 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms, and you would have the option of renting or purchasing. On their website, they actually show pictures of different units and the prices. They vary based on style, so it's not just only the bedroom size. But the lowest bedroom is 2 bedrooms, and the lowest price is 3,600 for the year for a 2 bedroom. But they depend on the various different styles, not just the bedroom size. The lowest for a 3 bedroom would be $4,000 for the year, and that's between $4,000 and $5,000, depending on the different styles. So to rent a 4 bedroom, which is the largest size so far, you'd be looking at paying around $8,000 for the year. So these are all renting, okay? And the buying is a whole different process, and the prices are completely different. You guys also had a couple of questions about TAF City and whether if you purchase a home there, are you able to rent it out as an Airbnb? The answer to that question is yes. I was able to sit down and get a lot of different questions answered while I was out there. You can rent your house out if you're not living in it. That's allowed. You can use that home as an Airbnb also, and they have a management team. You can rent it out personally if you purchase a home and you're like, I'm not moving to Gambia for 5 years, but I want to make money from that house, so I'm going to rent it out. You can rent it out individually, or you can allow TAF to do it, and they will manage it. They'll deal with renting it out, and everything that has to do with renting, they'll manage it for you. They have a whole team for that. Oh, I wanted to mention that they have several different options for you to be able to purchase a home. If you're looking to purchase a home in TAF City, they also have a interest-free payment plan, but your home would have to be paid off within 2 years. So if you're able to get your house paid off within 2 years, you wouldn't have to worry about paying any interest on your home. I just wanted to mention in this video, I am not a consultant for TAF City. I don't work for TAF City, and the prices listed in this video are subject to change at any time. For a current listing of available units, you can go to their website at tafafricaglobal.com.